No one. Scotland is not an independent country. Scotland is a country located in the northern part of Great Britain, bordered by England to the south and surrounded by the sea on the other three sides. In addition to the mainland, this land also possesses more than 790 islands of various sizes, with a total area of about 78,000 square kilometers, which is smaller than the state of South Carolina in the United States. Notably, Scotland has over 30,000 lochs, and Loch Ness alone holds more water than all the lakes in England and Wales combined. Although referred to as a country, Scotland is not a fully independent nation. Along with England, Wales, and Northern Ireland, it forms the United Kingdom. In 2014, Scotland held a referendum on separating from the United Kingdom, but the vote to remain was 55% compared to 45%. Scotland has a temperate oceanic climate, famous for its unpredictability. Visitors often joke that you can experience 4 seasons in a day, here with warm sunshine in the morning and sudden snow showers by the afternoon. As of 2024, Scotland currently has about 5.5 million people, the highest population in its history. Interestingly, the number of people of Scottish descent living abroad is even higher than the population within the country. There are currently about 9.2 million Americans and 4.7 million Canadians who identify as having Scottish ancestry. Meanwhile, the domestic population is facing an aging issue, with over 20% aged 65 and above. The officially recognized languages in Scotland include English, Scots, and Scottish Gaelic. Among them, English is overwhelmingly dominant, with about 99% of the population using it daily. The national flag of Scotland is one of the oldest in Europe, still in existence and in use today, featuring a blue background with a white X-shaped cross. Which fact about Scotland impressed you the most? Leave a comment with the number 1 if you find Scotland fascinating. Number 2. Cultural notes to keep in mind when visiting Scotland. In Scotland, you'll easily come across the image of gentlemen wearing kilts, the traditional attire distinctive to the Scottish people. The kilt stands out with tartan patterns, multicolored squares, and each different tartan represents a specific clan in Scotland. Therefore, wearing a kilt is considered a source of pride for Scottish men. Interestingly, there's a popular tale suggesting that a true Scotsman wears nothing underneath his kilt. This has sparked the curiosity of many tourists, who often ask playfully, only to receive a humorous reply from Scots. That's a national secret. The second point to note is that not only in Scotland, but throughout the UK, all vehicles drive on the left side of the road. This can surprise many first-time visitors from the United States and some European countries, leading them to stand on the wrong side when calling a taxi or get startled by the reverse traffic flow. When communicating with Scottish people, there are a few things you should be mentally prepared for. Their accent is quite distinctive, especially in the Glasgow area, to the point that even some English people occasionally struggle to understand. However, Scots are usually very friendly and willing to slow down if you can't keep up. They're also known for their dry and sarcastic sense of humor, so don't take things too seriously, or the conversation might become awkward. One last important tip to avoid offending locals. Never call them English, as they take great pride in being Scottish. And don't refer to them as Scotch. That term should only be used for whiskey or Scotch eggs, not for people. Number 3. Scottish women. Beautiful and open-minded. Scottish women often embody Nordic beauty with fair skin and light-colored hair. Interestingly, Scotland has the highest percentage of women with natural red hair in the world, with about 13% of the population. Bright eyes, small freckles on the face, and a simple makeup style are also standout features of Scottish women. According to a 2017 DNA study, Scottish women were ranked among the most naturally beautiful in the world, possessing an attractive appearance without the need for cosmetic enhancement. Beyond their looks, Scottish women are known for their strong, independent, and confident personalities. They make up over 60% of the government's members, a figure that reflects their leadership spirit and decisiveness. That said, they are also humorous and friendly, often with a slightly dark sense of humor. In love, they are loyal and proactive, willing to share dating expenses, and generally uninterested in men who are immature or lack emotional maturity. However, these beautiful and independent women have a surprisingly high single rate, with over 37% of Scottish women over the age of 16 having never been married. As Scotland is active in international exchange, women here are also quite open to marrying foreigners. In fact, More than 25% of weddings in Scotland involve couples from abroad, and this number continues to rise. Would you like to know how to win the heart of a Scottish woman? Leave a comment with the number 3, and I'll share some tips to help you make a great impression on them. Number 4. Scotland is stranger than you think. A wedding is a monumental day in a person's life, but if you are Scottish, it might just be a day you'd rather forget. In Scotland, the bride and groom aren't greeted with flowers or champagne, but with a garbage feast. Family and friends prepare a foul mixture of dead fish, sour milk, raw eggs, mud, and all sorts of other filthy foods, then dump it all over the couple. Afterward, they are paraded around the village, sometimes even forced to wave dance or shout that they're getting married while looking like zombies covered in grime. Scots believe that if a couple can endure this humiliation and horror together, then no hardship in marriage will ever break them. Perhaps that's the secret behind Scotland having one of the lowest divorce rates in Europe. And if you are curious about aliens, head to the town of Bonnybridge. It is considered the UFO capital of the world, with an average of 300 sightings reported each year over the past 3 decades. The most famous incident occurred in 1992 when businessman James Walker was driving between Falkirk and Bonnybridge and suddenly encountered a star-shaped glowing object hovering in front of him. The object vanished with an incredibly fast burst of speed, leaving Mr. Walker in a state of shock. The sheer number of reports led local authorities to send letters of concern to 3 successive British prime ministers and even the Queen, but they were all ignored on the grounds that the sightings posed no threat to national security. This has fueled widespread belief in the theory that the British government may have secretly collaborated with extraterrestrial beings. No. 5. Must-visit tourist destinations in Scotland. Located on the summit of Castle Rock, Edinburgh Castle is an unmissable tourist destination. With a long-standing history, this castle has witnessed many important events and holds numerous fascinating historical stories. When visiting, tourists can explore museums, admire collections of ancient weapons, and discover areas that once housed the Scottish royal family. From above, you also have the chance to take in a panoramic view of the beautiful city of Edinburgh. Not far from there is Loch Ness, famous for its mesmerizing natural beauty and the legendary Nessie Monster. This Scottish tourist spot is surrounded by lush green mountains and is an ideal place for outdoor activities such as boating and fishing. If you're lucky, you might even capture a mysterious photo of this famous monster. For a light trekking trip, Arthur's Seat is the perfect choice. Located just about 2.5 kilometers from Edinburgh Castle, it is the remains of an extinct volcano that dates back over 350 million years. With a height of 250 meters, visitors can enjoy a sweeping view of the entire ancient capital of Edinburgh, bathed in golden hues under the sunset. In European countries, the sun tends to set very late during summer, so visitors here can leisurely enjoy the Throne of Arthur until around 9 p.m., while the sunlight is still beautiful and radiant. The final destination I want to introduce to you is the Northern Highlands. The Northern Highlands of Scotland have long been renowned for their beautiful yet mysterious natural scenery. This region boasts rugged and untouched landscapes with a long history of formation. Although the population here is sparse and the mountainous terrain makes travel somewhat difficult, many tourists still choose the Northern Highlands to experience exciting outdoor activities such as hiking, cycling, golfing, whitewater rafting, and more. Around the Scottish Highlands, there is also a small town with charming old houses. When stopping by this village, visitors can freely explore the remains of ancient castles. Which destination do you find the most interesting? Leave a comment with the number 5 if you'd like to try traveling to Scotland at least once. Number 6. Scotland and its fascinating facts. Scotland is home to the world's shortest commercial flight, which takes place between the 2 small islands of Westray and Papa Westray in the Orkney archipelago. This flight route is only about 2.7 kilometers long, and the actual flight time usually lasts just around 53 seconds, so fast that you might not even finish opening a bag of chips before the plane lands. Each flight uses a small 8-seat aircraft with ticket prices around $11. Every year, this unique route generates an estimated $1.5 million in profit, making a significant contribution to the local economy of Orkney. Not only does Scotland boast a peculiar flight, but it is also the place where a penguin has been knighted. Sir Nils Olav, currently residing at the Edinburgh Zoo, is that famous penguin. His special name is a combination of Officer Nils Egalian and King Olav V of Norway. The title, Sir, bestowed upon this penguin truly carries weight, considering that the chance of an average Scot being knighted is only about 0.0145%, roughly 1 in every 7,000 people. Today, Sir Nils Olav stands as a symbol of friendship between Scotland and Norway and is also one of the most celebrated residents of the Edinburgh Zoo. Another unexpected curiosity is the Scots' fascination with echoes in architectural structures. A prime example is the Hamilton Mausoleum in South Lanarkshire, famous for its 15-second echo when the main door is closed. This place once held the record for the longest echo in a man-made structure in the world. In 2014, the record set by the Hamilton Mausoleum was officially broken by an old oil tank, which produced an echo lasting up to 112 seconds and was also built by the Scots. Number 7. The birthplace of great inventions. In the 17th to 18th centuries, Edinburgh was one of the most crowded and flammable cities in Europe. This was because the tall buildings were mainly constructed of wood, while residents used charcoal, candles, and open flames for heating. Statistics from that time show that Edinburgh experienced around 10 to 20 major fires each year, with annual damages estimated at about 30 million USD, adjusted to today's value. As a result, in 1824, Edinburgh became the first city to have an official fire brigade, founded by James Braidwood. This pioneering move set the standard for modern urban firefighting services around the world. Scotland also made significant contributions to television technology. Engineer John Logie Baird, although not the inventor of the television, as many mistakenly believe, was the first person to transmit images via television signals in 1925. His television development company was the first to successfully carry out transatlantic television transmission in 1928. With a series of groundbreaking technical innovations, Baird was honored as one of the 10 greatest scientists in Scottish history, leaving a profound mark on the development of modern television. Another Scottish invention that the world is grateful for is the raincoat. In 1820, Charles Mackintosh invented the first waterproof fabric by bonding 2 layers of cloth with liquid rubber, thereby creating the coat that bears his name, the Mackintosh. Although the initial design had many inconveniences such as a rubbery smell or being prone to tearing, it was still considered a major breakthrough that led to the creation of the modern raincoat we use today. Number 8. The land of ancient castles and ghost towns. Scotland is home to over 2,000 castles, earning it the nickname the Land of Ancient Fortresses. Many of these structures still retain their original medieval architecture, such as Edinburgh Castle or Eilean Donan, which is why they have appeared in numerous Hollywood films. But what intrigues people even more are the ghosts said to reside within those ancient stone walls. Glamis Castle, where Queen Elizabeth once lived, is dubbed the most haunted castle in Scotland, with dozens of tales about headless knights, a mysterious man hidden within the walls for life, and a woman in grey wandering at night. Or Stirling Castle, the site of many fierce battles between England and Scotland. Numerous visitors claim to have captured images of a ghostly armored figure patrolling at night. Not only castles, but many old towns in Scotland are also associated with eerie legends. The ghost town of Culloden Moor, the site of the final battle of the Jacobites, is believed to be haunted by the souls of warriors still wandering in search of justice. Or the underground Edinburgh Vaults, once a hub for dark underground activities that led to the deaths of many innocent people, and now a favorite destination for those fascinated by the paranormal. No. 9. The literary capital of the world. Scotland is considered one of the greatest nations in the world of literature. In fact, in 2004, Edinburgh became the first city in the world to be recognized by UNESCO as a city of literature, thanks to the city's incredibly rich writing history. This tradition continues to thrive. Some of Edinburgh's most famous literary residents today include J.K. Rowling, the creator of the Harry Potter series. But another side of the capital is reflected in the works of Irvine Welsh, author of the famous novel Trainspotting. In addition, Scotland is also home to other fictional characters such as Sherlock Holmes, Peter Pan, Rob Roy, and more. Literature lovers will find inspiring scenes all over the country. Explore Beatrix Potter's holiday home in the village of Dunkeld in Perthshire, or visit the mausoleum of Robert Burns in Dumfries to discover the life of Scotland's most important writer. Because this nation has produced so many imaginative minds, it's no surprise that Scotland is also seen as a land of legends. The most famous of them all, which nearly everyone has heard of, is the Loch Ness Monster. The story of Nessie dates back to the 6th century and has remained popular for centuries. Hundreds of reports claim sightings of a giant creature emerging from the icy waters of Loch Ness, making it the most exciting monster hunting destination in Europe. Although there is no clear evidence, Nessie has become a global pop culture icon, appearing in movies, video games, science books, and countless souvenirs. Number 10. A nation passionate about sports. Scotland is the birthplace of modern golf, where the game was not only created but also elevated into a national cultural symbol. Golf has existed here since the Middle Ages, and gradually took shape at St. Andrews, known as the Cathedral of Golf, with a history dating back to the 1500s. Beyond its heritage, Scotland also became the global governing center of the sport through the Royal and Ancient Golf Club of St. Andrews. With nearly 600 golf courses across the country, golf tourism in Scotland is also extremely popular. In addition to golf, football is also a deep source of pride in Scotland's sports culture. The Scottish Football Association was established in 1873, making it the second oldest football association in the world after England. Notably, it was in Glasgow that the first international friendly match in football history took place between Scotland and England at Hamilton Crescent. Scotland is also the homeland of the man considered the greatest football manager in England, Alex Ferguson. Furthermore, the country has produced many players currently competing in top leagues, such as Andrew Robertson, Scott McTominay, and Lewis Ferguson. Number 11. Scottish fabric is renowned for its quality. Scotland is one of the countries with the oldest and most admirable textile traditions in Europe. In the world of handcrafted textiles, the name Scotland is associated with quality, craftsmanship, and cultural stories woven into every piece of fabric. Most notably, there is tartan, a diagonally woven wool fabric with distinctive patterns that were once seen as the identifying symbol of ancient clans. Each tartan pattern carries its own colors and story, contributing to the cultural identity of Scotland that has lasted for hundreds of years. In addition to tartan, Harris tweed is also a great source of pride, as this fabric is woven entirely by hand in the Outer Hebrides and must strictly adhere to traditional standards to receive official certification. Every meter of Harris tweed carries the breath of the ocean and the hands of local artisans, making it one of the symbols of luxury in the world of fashion. Beyond that, Shetland sweaters with their lightweight yet highly durable fabric, or the soft cashmere from the Scottish borders, also contribute to the renown of the country's textile industry. From classic to contemporary styles, Scotland's textile products not only provide warmth, but also stand as symbols of elegance and long-lasting quality. Number 12. Traditional music is extremely popular in Scotland. Scotland is a paradise of performing arts, with the Edinburgh Festival regarded as the largest arts event on the planet. Beginning in 1947 after World War II, with the aim of celebrating culture, the festival now hosts more than 3,800 shows each year, at over 300 venues across the capital. A special highlight is the Royal Edinburgh Military Tattoo held at Edinburgh Castle, where visitors can witness the fusion of military music and historical lighting. However, festival culture in Scotland is not limited to Edinburgh. Music and arts events are held year-round in various regions, from the Hebridean island of Tiree to the village of Killin in the Trossachs National Park, all offering rich experiences of local cultural life. Traditional music still holds a central role in the spiritual life of the Scottish people. The sound of bagpipes echoing through the old streets of Edinburgh has become a symbolic sound of the nation. Alongside this are contemporary artists like Duncan Chisholm and Corrine Polwart, who are helping bring folk music into the mainstream. The city of Glasgow is currently recognized by UNESCO as a city of music, renowned for the Celtic Connections Festival, which features a series of live performances celebrating a long musical tradition. If you are in Scotland during New Year's Eve, don't miss the chance to join a Sealid, a lively dance that locals have preserved through generations as an essential part of both festivals and everyday life. Note 13. Famous delicacies in Scotland. Scottish cuisine may not be flashy, but it has the power to leave a lasting impression after just one taste. Among its dishes, haggis is the most striking. This traditional sheep sausage is made from minced heart, liver, and lungs of the sheep, mixed with onions, oatmeal, suet, and spices, then stuffed into a sheep's stomach and cooked. Although the ingredients might sound challenging, the flavor is rich, savory, and slightly spicy. Haggis is usually served with mashed potatoes and mashed turnips and is honored as the soul of Scottish cuisine during celebrations of the poet Robert Burns, who is considered a national icon of Scotland. Alongside haggis, another dish that carries the essence of the sea is Cullen skink, a traditional smoked fish soup from the northeastern town of Cullen. This dish combines smoked haddock, potatoes, onions, milk, and cream to create a creamy, warming, and alluring flavor on cold, rainy days. The distinct smokiness of the fish makes Cullen skink stand out and adds depth to Scottish cuisine. If you're looking for something quick yet full of local flavor, Scotch pie is the perfect choice. These small round pies have a crispy crust and are filled with richly seasoned minced lamb or beef, often served with brown sauce or baked beans. It's a popular snack at football matches and an essential part of everyday life in Scotland. Have you ever tried Scottish cuisine? Leave a comment with the number 13 if you think the food here is delicious. Number 14. Fascinating festivals in Scotland. Scotland is a country with some of the most unique and vibrant festivals in Europe. Among them, the Uphelly AA Festival in Lerwick, Shetland Islands, is considered one of the most spectacular events. On the last Tuesday of January each year, over 1,000 people dressed in Viking costumes parade through the night with torches and burn a giant dragon ship to honor their Norse ancestors. The atmosphere is ablaze and lively, with sword dances and traditional singing in the heart of the cold winter. Meanwhile, Hogmanay is Scotland's distinctive New Year's Eve celebration, most prominent in Edinburgh. From the evening of the 31st of December to the early hours of New Year's Day, the entire city lights up with a grand fireworks display at Edinburgh Castle, folk music, whiskey, and the tradition of first footing, where the first person to enter a home after midnight brings wishes of good fortune. Crowds join hands to sing Auld Lang Syne and take part in dazzling fire parades that last all night. Finally, there are the Highland Games, a series of events held from May to September across the Highlands. This is a time for Scots to showcase their strength through traditional sports like caber tossing, tug of war, competitions in bagpipe music, and Highland dancing. More than just physical challenges, it is an opportunity to fully experience the warrior spirit and rich cultural identity of the Scottish Highlands. Number 15. Cost of living in Scotland. When you set foot in Scotland, one of the first things that may spark your curiosity is the cost of living in this ancient land. Depending on where you choose to stay, your financial experience can vary greatly. In major cities like Edinburgh or Glasgow, renting a one-bedroom apartment can range from $900 to $1,300 USD per month. But in smaller towns like Inverness or Dundee, you'll be surprised by the much more affordable rates, starting from just $500 to $800 USD per month. If you want to experience local life in the most authentic way, try cooking at home. On average, you'll only need about $300 to $400 USD per month for groceries. However, if you're a fan of street food or love exploring local culinary culture, dining out won't break the bank either, with meals at restaurants costing just $10 to $20 USD. A great opportunity to enjoy traditional dishes like haggis, fish and chips, or Cullen skink, without worrying too much about the cost. Getting around cities in Scotland is also an enjoyable experience. With an efficient public transportation system, you only need to spend around $60 to $90 USD per month on bus or subway passes, depending on how often you travel and where you live. If you enjoy staying active and keeping fit, don't hesitate to sign up for a gym membership, which ranges from $30 to $60 USD per month. You'll be surprised to find that gyms here are not only modern, but also offer energetic and friendly group training classes. The total monthly living cost in Scotland ranges from $1,000 to $2,200 USD. This level of expense truly reflects the high quality of life, excellent services, and the ideal environment for studying and working that this land of ancient castles and endless moors has to offer. And that's 15 fascinating facts about Scotland. We hope these facts have given you a fresh perspective on this incredible country. If you found the video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming adventures. Which fact impressed you the most? Leave a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. The information is for reference only, so please do your own research before making any decisions.